Do you know what I have in my reading list right now? Well, I've got 4 books which I'm reading. So here's a book review for you. The first book that I'm reading is something on relationship. This book is called The Covert Passive Aggressive Narcissist. So I picked up this book to understand the human psychology, why some people behave the way they behave. Sometimes it becomes a little difficult for us to understand why some people act the way they do. I started reading it, and interestingly enough, you will find a lot of things written over here which probably you must have come across someone, maybe in your family, maybe a parent, maybe a sibling, maybe a friend, a boyfriend, husband, your colleagues, maybe your boss, or even maybe it can be you as yourself. You might share certain traits of a narcissist, but you might not know, or people around you might have some traits of a narcissist and you might not be aware of it. So this book gives you a clarity. This person, this lady, she has gone through narcissistic she's been a victim of narcissistic behavioral pattern from her husband, and then she studied psychology. She's worked with a lot of people, around 120 or so people, and she has come up with this book. You can give this book a reading. There you will find certain behavioral patterns mentioned here. There are 15 characteristic traits mentioned here about narcissist, and what is covert narcissist and what is overt narcissist, what do they do, and how can you identify that kind of a person, and what is the behavioral trait of that person. Also, how you can save yourself from a covert passive aggressive narcissist. I feel that anyone who wants to understand the psychology of others, or why some people are behaving the way they are behaving. Some people have this grandiose sense of self-inflated ego. Sometimes you'll feel that your boyfriend or your husband behaves very nicely with you. Sometimes they behave very badly with you. They again come back to you. So there are these confusing behaviors. This book might answer a lot of your problems. Coming to the second book, Becoming Bulletproof by Evie Pompurus. Evie Pompurus was a Secret Service agent. So life lessons from a Secret Service agent. You can read through this book. This book is very interesting, where she talks about her journey as a Secret Service agent, the 9/11 Twin Tower incident, and how she saved herself and how she saved others, how she has been trained in the as a US Secret Service agent, how she can identify people, how she teaches how you can also identify people, whether people are lying, whether what is the kind of behavioral pattern. She teaches about the freeze, fight and flight mode, and what do you do in case there are certain things that you're noticing, maybe behavioral patterns, maybe terrorist activity, maybe someone trying to hurt you, how you can be cautious, how you can save yourself, how you can read people and read people's mind. Good book, easy to read. I would definitely suggest everyone to read this book. I liked it, and I'm sure people who wants to understand human behavior or what's going on in people's mind will also want to read this book. The third book I want to review is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Tiny changes, remarkable results. Believe me, I have started reading this book after a reference from a colleague and a friend. Changed my life. I absolutely love this book. Not read it completely, but I've read most of it. It talks about how 1% improvement in your behavior can make a big change in your behavior. It talks about the habit loop, about cue, craving, reward and response. It talks about 1% improvement. It talks about how habits can compound for you or against you. So give this book a read. Many people have found this really helpful. I personally have found this really helpful for myself. You can say that my YouTube journey, or maybe my book writing journey, has begun because of this book. So I would really highly recommend this book to be read by everyone who wants to achieve something in life by changing simple things in your habits. And the last book I want to review is a book by Mark Manson, Subtle Art of Not Giving Up. Why this book is important to read? Oh, why would you like this book to read? So, if you look at the back of the book, it mentions that this book is widely popular because it has been working on correcting our delusional expectations for ourselves and of our world. Often you will feel that there's a lot of expectations that people build on you, and sometimes when we don't meet those expectations, we feel like a failure. We start blaming ourselves, but actually that's not the case. Sometimes it is accept and move on. So once we embrace our fears, faults and uncertainties, once we stop running from avoiding and start confronting painful truths, we can begin to find courage and confidence that we desperately seek. Good book to read, almost like a weekend read. You can give this book a good reading. I am taking my time to read this because I find this book literally good. So I wake up in the morning and maybe 2 pages of this book or 2 pages of Atomic Habits. So just a good start to a day, like coffee. So if you like this book review, please like, share, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment and let me know what else books you want me to book review about, or if you have read any book and you want me to talk about it, please do let me know. Thank you and happy reading.